Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about present simple and present continuous. And after that we're going to have a little mix about both. Okay, first of it, present simple. We have a very simple rule. It says that we use present simple when we want to talk about situations that happen regularly in our lives, or when we talk about permanent situations or facts. Here we have two examples. I present financial reports every Friday. She reports sales on Monday. Things to remember. For the present simple, remember that the third person goes with an S. Here we have the example. Reports. She reports. He works. She goes. He does. Remember the third person. Regular activities in your life. Here we're talking about business activities. For example, your projects. You report your projects to your boss. It means that you do it permanently. That it happens in your life regularly. That's why you use the present simple. Now, present continuous. Again, the simple rule. We use the present continuous to describe actions that are happening at this moment, that are happening now or around now. We use present continuous to talk about situations happening at or around the time of speaking. We use present continuous to talk about temporary situations or activities. Let's say the two examples we have here. Diana is sending emails to all our customers right now. Are you chatting with our partner from Cuenca? It means that the person is doing the actions at this moment, or the person is doing the action in a temporary situation. Temporary situations mean that you are doing it now, that you are doing it by this moment, but maybe next week or next month it's going to be different. Talking about present continuous, we have some tips. Let's remember state verbs. State verbs like know, believe, understand, like, love, forget, notice, remember, hate, want are rarely used in the present continuous. It means that we don't use those verbs, those state verbs, generally with the present continuous. We don't use them. Maybe there are some cases, but generally we don't do it. Example of the present continuous that we have seen here means that you are doing the action by this moment, or we can say right now. Maybe that you didn't do that action a week before, but you are doing the action during this week. Now we'll see some things about the present simple versus present continuous. We're going to read 3 sentences that they have like a mix. They have the present simple and the present continuous. Sentence number 1. I can't attend the meeting because I am finishing our report at this very moment. As you can see, the beginning of the sentence is in present simple, and the second part of the sentence is in present continuous. maybe you can think, how can it could be this way? Well, you are saying that you cannot, it's not possible for you to go to the meeting because in this moment, right now, at this moment, you are doing another thing. In this case, you are finishing a report. Let's see, let's go ahead. Let's go to sentence number 2. It says, Mary works at the Machala office, but this week she is working with us in Guayaquil. This sentence means that Mary, in her normal life, works in the city of Machala. But this week, in this case, she is working here in our city of Guayaquil. That is that her normal life is in Machala, but this is a different week in her life, and she is working here in Guayaquil. The last sentence, it says, he looks angry. What is he thinking about? As you can see, first part in simple present, second part present continuous. Here we have to say that verbs like think or believe usually take the present simple. But when we are talking about mental activities, we can say it in the present continuous, like in this case. What is he thinking about? Okay? Thank you for your time.
We'll begin our examination of all the tenses by first looking at the present tense. There are 4 present tenses, and we'll begin with the present simple tense. It's the most common tense in the English language, as it talks about things in general facts, routines, habits. Those are usages that we'll look at in a little while, but first let's focus on the form of the tense. Here we've got our subjects, I, you, we, they, and the base form of the verb, followed by the rest of our sentence. Here, for the he, she, and it subjects, we have to conjugate our verb, and in this case, we've added an es for teaches, followed by the rest of our sentence. With subjects I, you, we, and they, the pattern stays the same throughout. We use the base form of the verb. However, with subjects he, she, and it, we have some patterns for verb conjugations that we need to have a look at. First, and most common, we added simply an s for verbs like work, play. This is what we typically see within our language. However, when we have verbs with spelling patterns such as ending in ch, sh, z, s, and our shorter verbs do and go, we have to add our es. Then, for verbs that end in a consonant and y, we drop our y and add our ies. Finally, we have our irregular verbs be and have. For subject I, we use am. For the subject he, she, and it, we use is, whereas with you, we, and they, we use are. Finally, we have, which stays as have for these subjects, I, you, we, and they, but for he, she, and it, we change have to has. As previously mentioned, the usage for the past simple tense is when you want to talk about completed actions in the past at a definite time frame. So, we have sentences like, Mark worked last night. He worked in the past. When was it? Last night. We could also ask questions. When did Mark work? Although the time isn't mentioned in the question, what we're implying is the time will be mentioned in the answer. And by saying, when did Mark work, we're indicating that it is in the past, rather than saying, when does Mark work, which would bring us back up into the present.